students, welcome to your Human Physiology online course. This tutorial will help you navigate your way through this course successfully. To begin, open your browser. Go to the Copper Mountain College homepage at cmccd.edu. Here, you can log into your MyCMC portal. Enter your username and password and click Login. On the left-hand side, you will see Campus Links. Click on Canvas. My page will look different than yours, but you will still see a link for 2021 Human Physiology. This is our course. Click to open. On your homepage, you will see several links along with this video for you to review as needed. Let's begin by looking at our syllabus. You can also download an offline copy as a PDF by clicking on the link here. When you go to the syllabus, you'll have several links to choose from so that you can get the information you need quickly. Let's begin by reviewing the course schedule. You'll see here that this course is organized into 15 weeks or modules. Each week will have 2 chapters and 1 laboratory. Assignments that will be due each week will include a discussion and a quiz for each of the 2 chapters, along with 1 lab write-up and a laboratory quiz. On week 7, we will have a comprehensive midterm that will cover all of the information reviewed in the class so far. Following week 7, we have spring break, in which no assignments are due. You will notice that we have a clinical case study essay that will be due on week 15. Please notice there is also a lecture exam and a lab final exam, which will cover all of the material from the second half of the course, following the midterms. Let's return to our syllabus. And let's now look at grades. Here you will find the typical grading scale, along with a rundown of your assignments. There will be 26 chapter quizzes with 20 points each, 26 chapter discussions at 5 points each, 13 lab write-ups worth 5 points each, 13 lab quizzes worth 10 points each, a clinical case study essay worth 55 points, 1 lecture midterm worth 75 points, 1 laboratory midterm worth 25 points, 1 lecture final exam worth 75 points, and 1 laboratory final exam worth 25 points, for a total possible points of 1,100. Next, let me show you how to best navigate your course. When you first log in, you will arrive at the home page. Click on Modules. Everything that you need to successfully complete the course can be found under Modules. I have also provided a PDF version of the textbook should you need it. Here you can also find important Canvas and computer requirements, as some helpful links to assist you on your way. All of the weeks of the course, except for midterms, finals week, and the week of the clinical case study, is set up in the following way. Each week will contain 1 module. Each week you will read 2 chapters and complete 1 laboratory. You will need to complete a chapter discussion and a quiz for each of the chapters. For the laboratory, you will need to complete a lab write-up and a lab quiz. The quizzes are based on the information in the study guides, which can be found here. I also have included videos for each of the chapters. Let's take a quick look. When we begin at Chapter 1, we will begin with the learning objectives, as well as key points and key terms that you will need to know for that chapter assignment. Clicking Next will bring you to any chapter videos. The next page gives you the study guide. You can click on the link here to download an offline version in PDF form. When you are done reviewing all of the material on the chapter, then click Next. At this point, it will be time for you to complete your Chapter 1 discussion assignment. The discussion assignments are the same. You will pick any one subject from the chapter reading and summarize it in your own words. There is a 250-word minimum in order to receive full credit. Also, you must reply to at least 2 other posts before the due date in order to receive full credit. You can review the grading rubric here for more information. When you have completed your discussion assignment, then you may move on to the chapter quiz. The chapter quizzes are not timed. However, once you enter an answer to a question, you will not be able to go back and change this answer. Therefore, you should study in advance and be certain of your answers before you submit. Each of these quizzes contains 20 questions. Most of them will be multiple choice. After completing all of the Chapter 1 assignments, you can move on to Chapter 2, which is set up in the same way. We can go back to modules, and let's take a look at the labs. So looking at Lab 1, for example, we can click on the link to open the lab. Lab 1 is on surface area to volume ratio. You should read all of the content here, open any attachments, and review the videos. There will be 2 assignments attached to each laboratory. One is a lab write-up assignment, and the other is a laboratory quiz. On this page, you will look for a link that will open up a file. These files are usually PowerPoint files that you will need to answer questions or enter data in order to complete. When you have completed your laboratory write-up, click Next. Here, you will be able to upload your laboratory document. The documents should be in Word, PDF, or PowerPoint format. When done, then you can hit Next, which will bring you to the laboratory quiz. You should review all of the material presented on the laboratory page before attempting any of these questions. These questions require answers in the form of either short answers or a short essay question. Please use complete sentences and make sure to use your own words. Always answer questions according to the laboratory information given to you in this course. Be careful about using answers that come from resources outside of this course. Let's return to modules. Now that we have an idea of how each week is set up, let's skip over to Module 15. Module 15 has a clinical case study. When you click on the first link here, you will find information on how to download your clinical case study. You may choose from any of the clinical case studies listed here. For example, let's say you wanted to do a case study on a typical cold. To begin, you will click on the link here. Once here, you will click on this link that says View Resource. Next, you can download the case. Be sure to save this case in a file so that you can find it easily when you need it. Now that we have chosen our case study, we can continue. Here you will find the rubric and an essay template. I highly recommend that you use the template as a guide to help you complete this assignment. You can click on this link to download a template offline. Then you can simply complete your assignment by writing over the existing template. Your essay should include page numbers and a running title in the header section as shown here. Come up with a title for your essay and make sure to use your full name as the author of your essay. For the introduction, you may use 12-point font of New Times Roman or Calibri. Paragraphs should be double-spaced and free of spelling and grammatical errors. You should use 1-inch margins, and text should be no less than 1,500 words, or about 3 full pages of text. Your essay should be double-spaced and should include a running header that includes the title of your paper along with your name and page numbers. For your introduction, please introduce the reader to the topic you have chosen to write about. For your introduction, please introduce the reader to the subject you have chosen to write about. Include enough facts and details that a reader with no prior knowledge would be able to understand the subject matter. You should be referencing a text or website at this point, so please include phrases such as according to and as presented in to ensure you are not plagiarizing. The introduction should be an overview of the disease you have chosen to write about. How prevalent is the disease? What are the general symptoms? Fine details can be presented in the case study portion of your essay. In the next section, you will introduce the case study. This includes patient information or demographics. In this portion of your essay, you should introduce the patient along with personal information, including age, health and familial history, name, etc. Describe the symptoms that the patient is experiencing. If you do not have this information, you may give information on the demographic of the disease. For example, are there people within a specific age range, geographical area, or a certain genetic makeup or lifestyle that makes suffering from this disease more likely? If you do not have a single patient in mind, you can write about the typical symptoms of the disease. Be sure to go into scientific detail on how the disease affects the body. Next, you will present the symptoms and the diagnosis. For this portion of your paper, go into detail about any laboratory testing or certain signs a physician would look for to make a diagnosis of this disease. Next, you will discuss the prognosis. For this portion of your paper, go into detail about any long-term effects of the disease. Is the disease curable? Is it treatable? What steps should a patient with this diagnosis take in order to feel better or cope with the disease? Finally, you will do your conclusion. The conclusion is the portion of your essay that should be a summary or recap of your entire paper. No new details should be presented here. Simply restate the topic and key points in a short summary. Lastly, you will include a references page. You should have a minimum of 3 references. You may use either MLA or APA format. I've also included a link here that will assist you in making your citations for your references list. I highly recommend that you log into Canvas often and review any announcements. Also, you can click on your account and click on Notifications. Here, you can receive email notifications for several different things. Go under Announcements and make sure that you turn on email notifications. This way, anytime a new announcement is posted in your course, you will receive an email. Please feel free to notify me with any questions or concerns on your journey. I am here to help. Have a successful semester. Thank you for watching.